Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Ancient Baby Kyra. Make sure you like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. I don't have TikTok at the moment or have a new backup one. It is not doing well at all and it's really upsetting. But that's kind of the purpose of today's video, is to talk about the algorithm, the harassing and bullying pandemic that is going on all social media websites. Before you're like, it's just what happens on the internet, I will show you screenshots of what I'm talking about. And in this context, it has to do with Melanie Martinez fans, as it always does, because I'm been heavily involved in that, because I basically was able to get a following from one of my covers that I did, which angered a lot of people and still angers a lot of people, to the point where they mass reported me and TikTok is not restoring my account that I worked very hard for. And I want to just, I don't know what to say besides like, I'm very defeated and I just want to give up completely. I've worked for 5 years on just being consistent and posting content, and I've never really gotten any like real traction until recently, and it was through a lot of perseverance that I got to this point. But now just having that like taken away from me for literally just a shit reason from people who just hate me for existing is really frustrating. And seeing like other people on these social media platforms literally just blowing up just from, it's really frustrating as a creator, not just as a musician, just a content creator in general. It's just like, I put so much time into all the content that I make. I've really improved my content skills a lot, and it's like, from having this following on TikTok, it provided me a lot of opportunities, and I know that people just want to see me fail and suffer and give up, and I'm like really holding on to the last bit of motivation that I have, which isn't really much. Like, I have a show this Friday and I just don't want to do it. Like, TikTok especially is just reason. I don't even mention Twitter at this point, because like we all know Twitter is just a cesspool of incels and just horrible people. TikTok especially, I feel like that's the main platform that I've been affected by the most, and that has gotten me the most traction the fastest. I've been doing YouTube since like 2016, 2017, and I'm barely at 5,000 subscribers. But TikTok, I was able to get like 21k followers within a year compared to 5 years. I know that a lot of people ask me about like, how do you keep going? How do you like beat this algorithm? And I really don't have an answer. I really do think it's just lucky. It's just whatever you get at the moment, to be honest. It sucks. It sucks because these platforms don't support creators. They don't support creativity. Like, literally have like 15 likes on my Instagram post right now, which is like a lot. It's barely nothing. With my post averaging at least 400 likes down to 20. Instagram's banned me on live too, and has banned me in general for paid partnership, like labels and stuff like that. And it's all from people who just, I don't understand why TikTok allows people like this. Numerous people like this. I'll insert some TikTok showing you what I'm talking about for my mutuals.
Y'all think I'm dumb. Like, I'm not gonna put my address, but if you really are about that, we can set up a time at a public place. If you're really about that, just let me know, because I have no problem settling this in person at a public place. So if you want to set up a date, I'm free tomorrow actually, so just let me know. I'll be there, and we can figure this out, because it seems you're about that life, and I'm definitely about that life. So let's see if you're about it. Hey, instead of doxing me, this is what you can do. You can pull up to the address you find, because I have no problem handling this. I have no problem actually handling this. So if you do find that address, I want you to actually pull up, because I have no problem at all handling this myself. So let's see if you're brave enough to do that. Put my address out. I don't give a fuck. No, I'm sorry. I don't give a fuck, because none of y'all are gonna actually pull up.
And I'm gonna use Melanie Martinez fans as an example, because this is the most, like, this is where all the hatred comes from. Just for me personally, where all my hatred comes from. Like, hateful people, hate comments, boxing threats, death threats, telling me to bash my head into bricks every single day. It's for Melanie Martinez fans. I know I'm not the only one that deals with this. A lot of Oliver Tree fans have to deal with this too. Still deal with it. Still get harassed and all of that stuff. And it's just I'm tired of all of the bullshit. I'm tired of all the fakeness that is amongst content creators, amongst musicians. I think Melanie Martinez is very fake. And that's coming from someone who used to look up to her. She was like my idol. I really idolized her. Seeing everything through this fandom just made me realize things, and also I'm not 15 anymore. And I've been feeling this way for quite a while, but was just too scared to acknowledge it. And I've seen people literally just get more than harassed. Like, harassed is putting it lightly. And even the YouTuber Bad Taste in Music is getting a bunch of death threats to him and his wife. And I've been watching a lot of his videos, so I'll link his stuff in the description if you want to watch it. Don't know why I'm still being vulnerable with you guys, but like, that's the only thing I know how to do. And it's like, no one wants to see you do better than them. And I always say this, even as like words of encouragement to y'all. You guys ask me questions about being a content creator or whatever, being a musician. People don't care about you unless you're dead or you have a lot of money or you have a lot of followers for this instance. And I kind of just, to be completely honest, I kind of just lost all of my worth, which was these 21k followers that I put so much time into. I tried to talk to all of you guys, I take all your song requests, try to, you know, just have a community. And that's just kind of what I wanted, was to have a space on the internet for people to just come and enjoy music, talk about things that are important to me, that we have like similar interests, that things that are important. The thing is that my followers question me, and that's fine. And a lot of you guys tell me that I don't take criticism a lot, and I don't, because honestly I don't care. I really don't have the energy to. I've had conversations with my followers that disagree, but I agree to disagree. And I think that's what I like about my followers, is that we can have differing opinions, differing stances, but we don't send death threats to each other. I've tried to see if I can't find it because it's on my other TikTok, never mind. But I had an encounter with Melanie Farron, and I made a TikTok answering someone's question saying that Melanie Martinez's music is misogynistic. We had this conversation in which I was heavily disagreeing with them. We ended up being like, you know what, we should be more mindful of how we talk to each other. And I think that's kind of what's missing with a lot of people's empathy, which is kind of ironic because supposedly Melanie Martinez is an empath and none of her fans are empaths whatsoever, telling people to kill themselves relentlessly, having homophobic rhetoric, victim blaming rhetoric. It makes me nauseous, and I'm tired, and I know I'm not the only one that's also tired of constantly trying to defend myself for existing. You know, I just want to create things. I don't want to limit myself to just music, to just fashion. This is why I do these kinds of videos and just talking and commentating on things, because like at the end of the day, like I know that I'm creating for myself, and it's always been that way. Like I've always put out things even though maybe like 2 people watched it on YouTube, maybe no one watched it, no one listened to my SoundCloud, and it's very frustrating. And I know it's like I shouldn't compare myself to other people, but it's so freaking hard because it's like I'm doing the same thing as these other people that have millions of followers and stuff, and I can't even keep my like 21,000 that like it took me so long. My partner Zach has seen me for the past 5 years just work my ass off, just editing and posting videos and recording covers and making music and trying to get booked for shows, and it just hurts. More than anything, it like hurts that people hate me to the point that you are trying to ruin something that I love to do. You could easily block me, you could easily click off the video, you could easily scroll, but you choose not to. So that, like, what is wrong with people? What is wrong with the social media platforms? What can we expect from platforms based off of narcissism? The screenshots that I've shown are just some of the things that me and my mutuals have to deal with on a daily basis. It really fucks with your mind. It has been a very hard month, 2 months of my life just not having a home, and finally me and my partner have moved into our place, and finally having that stability, but then having something that I love just being ripped away from me. Is I can never catch a break, and I'm literally like that one friend that can never catch a break. Have you seen those TikToks? Like, I'm defeated. Like, I'm totally defeated. Like, I'm gonna keep doing what I've been doing, but it's really I want to give up. I always find myself coming to this point where I want to give up. I know that I said I'm gonna give up, but I never do. To remind myself that I've said that plenty of times before these past 5 years. I've said so many times I'm gonna give up. I remind myself that I shouldn't. And if I did before, I wouldn't have even gotten 21k followers. If I just stopped recording covers and listened to people that told me that you're not gonna get anywhere with this, I probably wouldn't be able to play 50 shows that I've played so far. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm just in this kind of state where it's just like, I feel very hopeless. I've been in this state before, but it's just like even worse because it's like I crew this all by myself. I'm not an industry plant. I don't come from money. Everything was always hard. Always hard for me. And when I finally got a following, it felt like, wow, like people are finally seeing my value in my art. It means so much to me, and I've seen a lot of people comment on new TikTok and stuff, and guys are leaving comments like they're just encouraging and saying that you're glad that you found my TikTok when you did or whatever, my music. And I feel bad because it's like I know that there are a lot of people that do care if I continue to create content or whatever to make music, but I'm finding it hard to like care for myself because once I start doing that thing where it's like I'm only trying to post to get people's validation and approval, which has never been the case the past 5 years because I was literally like singing to no one. I always did it for my validation and approval, and I had to keep reminding myself that. And if I fall down that rabbit hole of trying to get people's approval, it's just gonna burn me out even quicker. I know that no matter what, I'm gonna create stuff, whether or not people see it or not, whether or not the algorithm shows it or not. All these platforms are just made for people who are conventionally pretty, conventionally attractive, like don't even have to lift a finger. Yes, you have some few exceptions. It's either like you're super skinny and pretty, or you're a plus size person that is also conventionally attractive. Do you know what I mean? Like that has Eurocentric features and stuff. But very few have I seen content creators that are actually like different. And it's frustrating for me because it's like people are always saying, I want something different, and when, not to be like a pick me, and I know how it sounds, but when I do things that are different, it's like the whole world's gonna end. For example, like when Melanie Martinez has voice cracks, it's like, oh, it's unique and cool when she does it, but when I do it, it's gross and it's ugly. Like it's just so frustrating, and I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted. But I just wanted to just like get that out. Because I can't go on live on any of my platforms. I don't really know what this video is going to be called. Thank you if you stayed for this long. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video, and yeah, thanks for subscribing. Bye.